Shalom, shalom. HALALYAM, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great MILLSTONE and teaching real well. Peace and salutations be to the hopeful elect. I'm Brother Atazam Gabar, coming at you from the Prophets in Babylon camp here in Tampa, Florida. Coming to teach you so-called Negroes, Native Americans, and Latinos that you are the true chosen seed of Israel, chosen children of YAHAWASHI. All right, coming to teach you that what the world is about to end, man, and you got to get right before it does, so that you can have salvation, you can receive salvation, that you can receive the love of the truth and be saved, man. But I want to touch on this post going into World War III, where it says, President of Ukraine says China assisting Russia's attack on Ukraine would mean World War III. Now, who is Ukraine allied with? The U.S., United States of America. All right. And China assisting Russia. These are the world, all these big nations, Russia, China, U.S., these are the world's superpowers we're talking about. If these guys go to war with each other, that could very well mean the end of the world. World War III, like it's a world war, because these are the world's superpowers that's fighting, You have China with the largest ground army. Russia's got the most nukes, and the U.S. is just, they're prideful as all hell and boasting in their weapons and technology. We'll see what it turns out to be, man. But it's not just Russia and China. It's all their allies and, all U.S.'s allies. Because when these nations go against each other, then all their allies jump into battle. And the whole world is going to be at war. All nations could be fighting each other. And this is coming about because the Lord is turning the tides of the world. He's about to flip the table to where the Israelites are sitting at the table and the Edomites are on the floor kneeling, eating the crumbs from the bottom of the table. That's the kind of time we're coming into. That's why you're getting all these conflicts arising, all these plagues, earthquakes, which they say was just another earthquake in Turkey again, man. You're getting all these things arising. Famine, pestilence, all these things are rising up now because the world is at the end of its time. And let's just say this world, this rulership of Esau, Edom is at its end. So you're having all these things arise up, and it's not going to stop until this world, to the day of doom, man. Matter of fact, let me grab that. So this is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7, verse 43. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time. So that day, World War III does pop off and nukes does begin to fly off. And as scriptures say, that's going to be the end of this time. What does it mean by this time? It means this rulership, this age. Because there's the scripture talks about a parting asunder of the times. Let me grab it. Let me finish this verse. It says, But the day of doom shall be the end of this time and the beginning of the immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past. So that's when we're going to get those new holy bodies where we ain't going to be able to go off against the Lord no more because the laws are going to be written in our inward parts. We're going to have the kingdom. We're going to have the dominion and rulership over the earth. And these Edomites are going to be in subjection, and all the heathen as well are going to be in subjection unto the Israelites. And we're not going to die anymore, man, because of what? Sin is transgression of the law, and the wages of sin is death. So if we can't sin anymore, should we be able to die anymore, man. Because we ain't gonna be we ain't gonna be breaking the laws. It's gonna be written in our inward parts. It's gonna be second nature. Matter of fact, first nature, just as it is for our hearts to beat, just as it is for our lungs to breathe on their own. For us to keep the laws and statutes and commandments of the Lord YAHAWASHI. We ain't gonna have no problems no more. Ain't gonna be no other nations coming up against us because the Lord ain't gonna need to punish us no more. These other nations coming up against us, putting us in captivity, was the Lord's way of punishing us and chastising us as a whole nation. But that's not gonna need to happen anymore. It says, and the beginning of the immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past. So this corruption is going to be past. It's not going to be anymore because when the Israelites come into power, the whole world is going to come under the vibration of the Israelites. They're going to have to keep the law, statutes, and commandments just as we do. We're not going to have it to where, oh yeah, the Moabites can eat dogs and cats and rats and frogs. Oh yeah, the heathen, oh, these heathen can eat pork. They can eat this and that because it's according to their customs. No, it's not going to be that way no more. Oh, these heathen can worship this because that's their God. No, they're going to all come and pay reverence unto YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, the only true power, man. You know, there ain't gonna be no more, oh, that land has their own things going on and this land has their own. No, the Lord gonna be sending his elect up and through there to get to checking on their ass. And if something going wrong, we wiping our whole cities, man. You know, they're gonna get that shit together. And when scripture talks about immortality for it to come, it's only talking about immortality only for the Israelites, not for all the world, not for all the nations. Not the whole world isn't getting new bodies. It's only Israelites that are getting new bodies. You know, but the day of doom is going to be what? That World War III. You know, when these nations really do get ticked off with each other, finally start pressing buttons and sending off missiles, that's when this is going to be the end of this time. You know, the corruption of this world is going to pass and immortality is going to sweep in. And that's what the Lord is issuing in now. You know, believe it or not, you can see it happening. You know, when you see these things happening, like the scriptures say, matter of fact, I will grab it. And Ezra, second Ezra. But let me grab this one first before I get into that. There's a book of second Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Because this is what's going to split the times. You know, this world is going to get so wicked and iniquity shall increase so much. And the Lord, what? He going to hasten it in his time. So like you. So what does that mean? The prophecies, once the prophecies start hitting, the major prophecies begin to hit, like MOTB, things are going to just flow like water, man. It's going to go downhill quick, like a pebble dropping, you know, off a rooftop, or, you know, the drop of rain dropping from the clouds. That's how fast things are going to go downhill, man. All the way until it hits the floor and the nukes hit the floor with it, man. You know. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first, which is what? This rulership, this world, this age, you know, because in this age and this world is it's full of corruption, you know, and death and destruction. But we're coming into a new age where there won't be such a way no more ever again. It says, and the beginning of it that followeth. What's the beginning of it that followeth? The rulership of Jake. You know, it says, and he said unto me, from Abraham to Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, which is symbolism for Esau was into rulership first, and then Jacob's going to get the rulership, you know, right after. It says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So Esau is going to be, this world is going to end with Esau being in rulership, you know, so the new world to come is going to begin with Jacob being in rulership, you know, and it's going to be like that forever, you know, because what Jacob or Esau has had dominion most of the time here on this side, man, you know, but now, you know, because this nigga was the Greeks, he was the Romans, he's the Babylonians, the Americans, you know, this nigga has had rulership time and time again on this side, man. But guess what? It's coming to a time where the Lord is going to give rulership into Jake's hand. You know, as the scriptures say, let me see if I can find it. Just like it, bear with me. All right, so Ecclesiasticus chapter 10 and verse 4. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, YAHAWASHI. That's why these things are shaking now. The world is shaking and the earth is shaking because the Lord is switching the power of the earth. You know, and when a great switch like this is happening, you begin to get you begin to get travail. like birth pains. The scripture likens it to birth pains because this place is about to flip. You know, that's why you're getting earthquakes, because the Lord has got his hand over this place of the earth to shake it, to flip the power switch, man. It says, and in due time, he will set over it one that is profitable, which is who? Jake. YAHAWASHI's children. He's going to set over it one that is profitable, man. You know, 2nd Ezra 9:4, because Esau isn't profitable. Esau is not profiting the world. Revelations tell you the time has come where the Lord shall destroy him which destroyeth the earth. Roughly paraphrasing, grabbing just a part of that scripture, because it's a big scripture and a lot of detail in it. But a part of that scripture says, which the Lord shall destroy him which destroyeth the earth, because Esau is not profitable to the earth. He's unprofitable to the earth. He's destroying the earth. You got animals being gay. You got people being gay, and this devil spraying chemicals in the air. You can get a little pet, and now your pet go off and start doing some weird shit, and you're like, what the fuck is wrong with him? You know, the Lord didn't create the animals to be that way. The Lord created the animals to be completely balanced, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments themselves too, man. You know, but guess what? Esau's put all these damn chemicals into the air, into the food, into the water, where these animals are being reconfigured in their mindsets. You know, and he's slowly changing these animals, just like he's slowly changing the people. You know, he's destroying the earth, the grass, the fruits of the field, the food, the plants, the trees, and the water, the air. Come on, man. This guy has to get taken out of power, man. The Lord has had it with him. It says, 2nd Ezra 9:4, then shalt thou, matter of fact, let me start before verse 3. This is perfect. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. So the end of this world was sanctioned from the beginning of the world. The world should end this way. You got these guys looking at each other with evil eyes, ready to just wipe off their whole, continent off the face of the earth. Because what? The Lord is putting the Spirit upon them, man. And if they could, they would avoid war as much as possible. But guess what? It's getting to such demands and such heights that they can't avoid it anymore. Whether the Lord is going to literally put the Spirit on them to press the button. And they ain't going to know why they fucking pressed it. They ain't going to realize what they've done until they press the button and shoot off all their nukes. That's when they're going to realize, oh shit. That's when the Spirit going to come off of them. They're going to realize, oh shit, what have I done? We in World War III. The world is about to end. I just pressed this button and, because they got demons on them that's hijacking them and riding them, like the horse and the rider. They're riding them like horses all the way into the end of their time, man. They ain't gonna realize it until the rider ghost rides the horse into the destruction, Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High, YAHAWASHI, spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. So we've been born time and time again, and, here it is. Time has been adding up, and we're at the last days now. The Lord told of the end before the Lord told of the end from the beginning, and now here it is. We're in the end, and we're beginning to see the things that he was talking about in the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonder and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. So you're seeing all these signs and effects that the Lord has told you about that you can see in the end times. It's called end time signs, or end time prophecies, which you're seeing to notify you and show you and signify you that, okay, we're in the end. This is a sign that we're in the end. When you're driving down the street and you see a big ass sign, you see Walmart, you know that Walmart is close by. You're going to end up eventually turning into it because it's getting closer and closer. It's the same thing with these prophecies that's happening. This picture, I'm going to put it as a wallpaper or we'll and you're going to know, okay, this is how we know the Lord is on his way. He is almost here. But I truly hope this lesson was edifying to your argument. I will have to listen in truth and sincerity. To next time, I want to give all glory, honor, and praises unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Shalom.